Lecture 1, Reliability and some basic concepts. So in this lecture, we will discuss the following objectives. Introductory part of the reliability analysis, meaning of reliability. Later on we will discuss the importance of reliability, hazard function or failure rate, mean time to failure rate, and bathtub curve. So these are the few important uh, preliminaries to understand the reliability analysis. Now we discuss the introductory part of reliability. Today's modern industry or manufacturing organizations have been spending crores of rupees for producing quality and reliable items because customers are very sensitive with regard to quality and reliability of the products. So therefore it is very essential to discuss about the quality and reliability. So earlier we have discussed the concept of reliability and its improvement. Quality can be maintained in two distinct phases. Number one, process control, and two, product control. Process control we mean maintaining the quality of the products by using statistical quality control techniques, whereas product control we mean maintaining the quality of the products by using acceptance sampling plan. So obviously process control can be applied when the items are being processed at different stages of the production process, while product control can be applied when the items are finished. So using these uh, techniques, we can maintain the quality of the products, but it is not enough to meet the customer satisfaction because we don't know how long the products or the items will survive its intended duties for a specified period of time without failure. So therefore, in order to meet the customer satisfaction, so it is very essential to study the performance of the system. So thus, in order to study the performance of the system, we need the concept of reliability. So now we discuss the meaning of reliability. So reliability we mean the ability of the products to do its intended functions for a specified period of time without failure. In other words, the probability that the system or a product will perform its duties without failure under certain environmental conditions. So thus the ability of the product to perform its intended functions can be measured in terms of probability. Therefore, reliability will mean the probability of success of the products without failure. So that is the reliability. So here, why reliability is more important? Reliability is very important because of the following reasons. One is reputation. Today's modern industry or manufacturing organizations or companies has to maintain their reputations in the market to gain more and more. So in order to improve the reputations, they must make sure that the produced items should possess the higher reliability. And next, customer satisfaction. Generally, customer satisfies with the products provided the produced products having desired characteristics. So therefore, it is very essential to make sure that the produced items having the desired characteristics are not. So whenever the produced items having desired characteristics, then the customer will satisfy with that product. So that means when an item or the product satisfies the customer's needs, the item would be referred as a reliable item. So reliability is very important to meet the customer satisfaction. And warranty cost. So when the items are finished, generally warranty period will be fixed for the products. So if the product fails before the warranty period, definitely it incurs certain cost by means of replacement or maintenance. So maintenance cost increases with the time. So if the maintenance cost increases before it reaches the warranty period, then the item will not be referred as a reliable item. So in order to say that the item is more reliable, we must make sure that the warranty cost should be minimum. So for this, reliability is important. Next, repeated business. Generally, any business organization want to get repeated business for gaining more and more. So the business will be repeated. That means customer visit to that particular organization or business organization again and again only when they provide better service to the customers. And also they should produce the products with more reliability. So when the items are more reliability, then the customers will visit again and again. As a result of this, the business will be improved. So in order to get the repeated business, or more business, so reliability of the products is very important. Cost analysis. So generally the manufacturer needs to cost analysis for decision making. For fixing the cost of the products, we need the reliability concepts. So generally there are two opposite costs. One is maintenance cost increases and working reward cost decreases with time. So at a particular point of time, what will be the optimal cost at fixed reliability? So that is more important. So for the fixed reliability, what will be the optimal cost? So this is very important for a manufacturer. So that means for the cost analysis, reliability is more important. Customer satisfaction, customer requirements. So as we already discussed, customer generally requires certain characteristics in the products. So if the products possess the desired characteristics, then the products would be referred as a reliable item. So in order to meet the customer requirements, maintaining the reliability is very important. And competitive advantage. So as we have seen in today's market, most of the business organizations are compete each other to gain more and more. So in order to meet the global competition in the market, every manufacturer has to produce the items with more reliable. So therefore reliability is important to compete in the market. So these are the few important causes for reliability is more important. Now let us discuss some basic concepts. Reliability. Reliability is the probability success at a specified age under specified conditions. Success is defined by the customers. Age or operating time is measured in hours, days or years, in terms of cycles or some other appropriate measure. Relevant conditions are field conditions, not laboratory conditions. Demonstration, rest conditions. Mathematically, if x is a lifetime of the product having certain probability density function f of t, then the probability of the product is denoted by r of t. R of t equal to probability of x greater than t, that equal to integral t to infinity f of t dt. So R of t can be expressed as 1 minus probability of x is less than or equal to t. Here probability of x greater than t, using complementary probability, you can written as 1 minus probability of x is less than or equal to t, that equal to 1 minus integral 0 to t f of t dt. So here probability of x less than or equal to t is the distribution function and it is denoted by f of t. It is denoted by f of t. So 1 minus f of t. Therefore r of t plus f of t equal to 1. We know that f of t probability density is the derivative of distribution function. And f of t d by dt, where f of t is equal to 1 minus r of t. So derivative of 1 is 0 and the derivative of r of t is denoted by r dash of t. So minus r dash of t, f of t equal to minus r dash of t, let it be a reference 1, right? So r of t hazard function. Assume that a system performs its duties for a certain period of time t without failure, and the lifetime of the system assumed to be a random variable with probability density function f of t. Now our interest could be to determine the probability that the system will failure in the next instant time t plus delta t is denoted by f of t delta t. Thus, the probability that the system will failure in the next instant time is t plus delta t, given that the system works its duties without failure at least time t, is known as conditional probability and it is denoted by z of t delta t. Therefore, z of t is called hazard function. So z of t delta t equal to probability that the lifetime of the system is at least t, given that the lifetime of the system is at least t. That is, what is the chance that the system will failure in the interval t plus delta t. What is the chance that the system will failure in the interval? So for example, assume that the lifetime of the system is 0 to infinity, and assume that the system will perform up to the time t. So after the time t, we don't know whether the system will perform or not. So now our interest could be what is the probability that the system will failure in the next instant time delta t. That is, this time is referred as t plus delta t. So that means our interest could be what is the probability that the system will failure in the time t to t plus delta t, given that if the system perform its duties up to the time t. So that is known as conditional probability. That conditional probability is denoted by z of t delta t. So using conditional probability, we can written as like this. So probability of A given B. So probability of A intersection B by probability of B. So we know that probability of A intersection B can be written as probability of A given B. Probability of A given B. So we know that probability of A given B can be written as probability of A intersection B by probability of B. So using this conditional probability principle, we can return probability of t greater than t, which is less than equal to t plus delta t, given that intersection t greater than t divided by probability of capital T is greater than t. Capital T is greater than t. Now z of t delta t equal to, so intersection of these two events is probability of t greater than t, which is less than equal to t plus delta t, divided by probability of capital T is greater than t. So in the numerator it is f of t delta t, and in the denominator it is the reliability function. Now the failure rate per unit of time t, for that we can divide the delta t on both sides, then we have z of t. Z of t equal to f of t by r of t. Therefore f of t equal to product of reliability function and hazard function. So here z of t is called hazard function. So z of t is equal to, so f of t can be written, f of t can be replaced by r dash of t by r of t. Now integrating the above result with respect to t over the interval 0 comma t, we have 0 to t z of t dt equal to minus 0 to t r dash of t by r of t dt. So integrating the above principle, then this is log r of t. On the RHS side it is log r of t, which is equal to minus 0 to t z of t. So log r of t, we know that log f of x equal to k, then f of x equal to e power k. So using this principle, r of t can be written as integral minus 0 to t z of t dt. That is, reliability can be defined as e power minus 0 to t integral e power minus integral 0 to t z of t dt. This one. Next, the mean time to failure. The average time required to failure an item or product is called mean time to failure, and it is denoted by MTTF. MTTF is defined as 0 to infinity t into f of t, where f of t is the probability density. So on simplifications in integration by parts, MTTF can be written as 0 to infinity r of t dt. Next, bathtub curve. So just by considering time on the x-axis and failure rate on the y-axis, we can obtain the failure rate curve which is resembled to bathtub. Therefore the failure rate curve is known as bathtub curve. The failure rate can be observed in three phases. One is a decreasing failure rate, constant failure rate, and increasing failure rate. The failure rate from 0 to time t1, for example 0 to time t1 can be referred as decreasing failure rate, because as the time increases, initially the failure rate of any product will be higher because of manufacturing defects, or it may not adjust with its intended functions. Therefore, in the beginning, at the time 0, whenever it installed, the failure rate of a product will be very higher, and as and when it adjusted with its functions, the failure rate slowly decreases up to the time t1. When the product or a system is fully adjusted with its intended functions, then the failure rate will be constant over the time t1 comma t2, for example. So the failure rate over the time t1 comma t2 is known as constant failure rate, because the item will never fails when the item is adjusted with intended functions fully. So after the time t2, that is in this part, the failure rate gradually increases because of aging or wear out period. So therefore, the failure rate of any product or item can be classified into three types: decreasing failure rate, constant failure rate, and increasing failure rate. So using these bathtub curve, we can analyze the system performance. So this is decreasing failure rate, constant failure rate, and increasing failure rate. So thank you very much.